power chords, okay? So let's get a good understanding of these because we're going to be using these a lot. They're very prominent in rock, not just rock, tons of different styles. And so let's figure out what these are, okay? So a normal triad has a 1, 3, and 5 of the scale in relationship to that triad, okay? And we're going to talk about triads farther down the road, but it's important for you to note that a power chord has the 1 and 5. They do not have the 3. So when you see a power chord, you can play the same power chord for, let's say, an A minor as an A major. Okay, it doesn't matter. Now, one thing that I like to do, just to kind of make it easier on power chords, is when you hit that root note, you go over 2 frets and up 1 string, and pitch we go up, but technically on the guitar we're going down, right? Okay, so let me explain that. This is higher in pitch, so we're moving up. This way is technically down because it's lower in pitch. So here's our E. Let's move over 2 frets and up 1 string right there. And there is our E power chord. Okay. Now you might see this written as an E5, and if you do, what it's referring to is you have the root, which is E, and then you literally have the 5th degree of that scale, and together you're playing them 1 and 5. Okay. Let me play this E major scale so you can up to the 5th, so you can kind of get an understanding of what I'm talking about. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B. Okay. Or you can count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Power chord. All right. Now, you can do this on the A string. So let's go to the A string, go over 2 frets, and up 1 string. And we have a power chord there as well. Okay, it's anywhere you go. One thing that gets done a lot is they throw in the upper octave. Okay, an octave is 8 notes in a major scale away from each other. Now, like I said, we'll go deeper into this as we start to deal with theory and different things like that. But right now, what I want you to understand is an octave is basically, if there's an E, there's another E that's 8 notes in a major scale above that. So here's E, here's another E. Notice they sound the same, just one sounds higher, okay, in pitch. Right, this one doesn't sound the same, right? But if I go up a step, then they sound the same, okay? And that's octave, also written as unison. Okay, so you would play it like this. That's a way of playing a power chord. And if you want to kind of come up with a little cheat for that, right, you go over 2 frets, up 1 string, and you literally just put your finger on the next string in that same fret. Okay. Now, those are all open strings. So now let's apply it to one that's not open. So let's say G, okay? This is our G right here. We're going to go over 2 frets and up 1 string. Okay? And we can also put our finger underneath it and do the higher G octave. So there's our power chord, okay? The octave up is not necessarily like a requirement for it, just some people do it, some people don't. And it also depends sometimes where you're switching, if you can throw in that pinky finger on it. Okay, so now I'd like us to kind of touch palm muting a little bit, okay? So I'm going to take my palm, okay, right here, and I'm going to literally lay it on the bridge of my guitar right here, okay? I'm just going to kind of lay it right there, and I'm going to play my guitar right there. So it like mutes it. Do you see that happening? Here's without it. Here's it muted. Okay? Now, let's learn kind of an old 12-bar blues progression. The 12-bar blues progression is not what I'm referring to as old, although it is. Stylistically is what I'm referring to, okay, the genre of the music. This is like how the Beatles would do it and bands of that era would play. Okay, so we're going to use 2 fingers, actually, right there, versus how I was originally barring it, okay? So 2, and then we're actually going to add the 6th degree in it, okay? You might find this hard as a stretch, and if you do, keep working on it because it's a good exercise for you to do, okay? So now I'm going to do palm muting it a little bit faster, okay? And I'm going to go like this. Okay, so we're doing that. Bum, 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 bum. 2 times each time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then now we're gonna play this in 12-bar blues progression. So a basic 12-bar blues progression goes something along the lines of this. Let's say each measure has 4 counts. Okay. So if you want to write this down, the first measure is going to be the 1 chord. It's going to be G because we're in the key of G. And the next measure is going to be the 4 chord, C. Okay. Then we're going to move back to G for 2 more measures. Okay. Then for the next 2 measures, we're going to move to the 4 chord, okay, C again. Then we're going to move back then we're going to move back for 2 more measures, and then we're going to move up to the 5 chord for 1 measure, down to the 4 chord for 1 measure, and then back to the 1 chord for 1 measure, and then a 5 chord for another measure. Okay, so let me play it out if that was a little confusing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you would end on your G there. Okay, so that's a 12-bar blues progression, and you can play it right like that. And then I would challenge yourself. If you notice you're not dealing with any open strings in this position, so why don't you try literally doing all that except a half step up, okay, which we're now in A flat. We're doing the same. Then we go up to the 5 chord again, which is 2 frets over and down 1 string. Okay, so now I would like to play it one more time for you. I'm back in the key of G where I really want you to do it. And if you're feeling up to transposing it and moving up half step by half step, feel free to do that so you can get comfortable with moving around the guitar and learning that. Now, let's do it once more in the key of G. That's how you play power chords.